Hi everyone, so in today's video what we're going to be doing is looking at some of the best DEXs that I like to use and pretty much to earn yield and obviously build out positions for the future. So before we jump into this, if you're interested in joining the community I just set up, you can click the link here on my website. Link should be in the description as well, but slowly but surely starting to build this out, and definitely if you're new to crypto, definitely worth it to get involved. So I want to set the whole scene, I suppose, here and get people to understand the process and what's the reason behind this. Now, again, for this video, what my aim here in it is to help, obviously, in two scenarios. I want to overall grow, or three scenarios, sorry. I want to overall grow my long-term bags. I obviously want to compound my positions, and I want to potentially buy more tokens of DEX tokens and without actually physically having to buy it. And I suppose straight away people are going to be like, how am I going to manage to do that? And what I'm going to do is quickly show you how this is done. So you can see here in this image I've created, you can see my position up here in the top, my LP position. So I've set up my LP position. I've used the rewards from daily that come from the rewards. Basically, is 30% go to my long-term holdings, which is whatever tokens you have built into your strategy. Again, if you have no strategy, I would recommend to join the group. It's something that I will be discussing a lot, building out portfolios and strategies. From there, I have 60% going straight into compounding, which obviously you can see then is increases your each day, your LP. And then we have 10%, which is the DEX token. So the reason why I like doing it like this is, for one, I could easily go and you could spend $200-300 on buying the DEX tokens. However, the biggest problem here is it's pretty much dead capital straight away for you. So as soon as you spend the $200, it's gone. You have the tokens. The tokens can go up or down, but again, it's pretty much gone. What I like to do is put it into LPs. From there, I can get that $200 pretty much earning DEX tokens for me, growing my overall bags, and long term, obviously building my bags. Again, it's based on the amount you put into it, but it's an excellent way to buy the tokens you want to do and stuff like that. So what we're going to do here is I've done out a list of a few different exchanges that I look at, and pretty much with these, the idea here is to allow you to farm positions and obviously, as I mentioned, grow your DEX holding of tokens. So with that, I'll just quickly go through this. You can see here we have Aerodrome over on base. We have PancakeSwap, which is on every other chain, I think, now at this stage. We have Swapex, which is on Sonic. Also, we have Shadow, which is on Sonic. And we have Orca, which is on Solano, and this other one, Eclipse. So you may notice, obviously, I have two here from Sonic chain. I personally believe 100% behind Sonic that I think it is going to have a massive run for DeFi sector and what's happening. So for that, I want to position myself in two of the strongest exchanges on the Sonic platform, and two that I basically think are most undervalued. So what we're going to do here is we're going to quickly go through some of these platforms and just kind of describe a little bit more about them and where the actual yields and stuff and how it happens. So first things first, we're going to jump over here to Orca Finance. Now you can see here already I had a test position open on this on Solano a while back. I'm well out of range at the moment, but you can see roughly $6 was only in it. I earned 74% in yield, and it was only within range for maybe a day or 2 3 days, but I was getting a decent percentage. Now what I want to draw your attention to, I suppose, is this scenario here. So you can see here I have 74% in yield. Now with this, it was given to me in Solana tokens and obviously USDC. Now again, this doesn't necessarily give us the actual DEX token. However, you can easily just split this reward. So you can convert everything if you wanted it to Solano, or if you want everything to USDC. And from there, you can break down the percentages like I mentioned over here. So you could go to Orca, obviously, you can buy the token, which is only 225. And again, what's happening here, it's building out your position in DEX tokens. You're building out your long-term holdings, and again, you're compounding your position. So again, you know, it shows you that how easy this is to build out positions. Now, I could have, hypothetically speaking, say I put this $6 into the Orca token, I would have only been able to buy 3 in total. However, you can see already here that potentially from the pending yield, you can almost buy, say, just say half a token. But you also have some of that yield that's going to go into compounding. You're also going to have some of that yield that's going to go into long-term holding. So you can see now you're building out 3 separate bags, and from there we can really extend, I suppose, your overall portfolio, and you know, keep that kind of growth flywheel compounding effect happening to your portfolio. So again, that's just Orca. That's obviously on Solano. We're going to jump over here quickly to PancakeSwap. Now, PancakeSwap were one of the OGs, I think, DEXs back in 2020, 2021. And they still have some amazing opportunities here. And again, personally, I think Cake token is going to do good. I think the whole Binance Smart Chain is still a solid chain and still something that's highly used. So definitely something that I want to be personally looking at as well. So in this scenario here, we want to farm the Cake token. Now, if I just quickly see, can I bring this up? I think PancakeSwap token is $2 around that as well. Yeah, so 242. This was in 2020. This was about $40 something. I don't think we'll see $40 again. I do believe we'll see maybe $7, $8, $10 potentially again here. So you can see the potential for earning here and building positions. So with that, again, you have opportunities here. You can get into a host of different LP positions. So if we just take USDC Bitcoin pair here, you can see it's 28% APR. And again, the farm is going to break down. You're going to get Cake tokens. You're going to get stablecoins from fees and things like that. So again, massive opportunity and falls straight into that entire category and strategy here that I built out on this one. Next, we're going to jump over to Sonic, and we're going to focus on the two Sonic chains again and show you, again, potential opportunities. So here is another scenario. We could decide we want to buy, as I mentioned on previous videos, we want to buy USDC or wrapped ETH. So there's opportunities here to earn from the yield of it. So if we take USDC wrapped ETH, option one is you could go with your $1,000. You could buy your wrapped ETH. You're happy with it. It's done and dusted. However, if you wanted to potentially grow your bag more, you can also just set up the LP, use $1,000. From this position, what's happening is you're earning the Swapex token, which is up here. You can see it's 0.7 cent. You're going to be earning majority of it is going to be earned in Swapex token. So you have the option there straight away is do this exact same calculation. So 10% of it you can keep for your DEX, which is a Swapex token. 60% of it can go to compound, and again 30% of it can go to long-term holdings. So you can see the potential here. Even if you're just being paid out in a native token, you can see the potential here for earning from it. And the exact same is true over here on Shadow. Again, you can get into a position, say USDC wrapped ETH, and what's going to happen here is you're going to be paid out in the Shadow token. Now again, Shadow, or you're going to be paid out, I think, is in actually X Shadow. So one thing you have to remember with Shadow and Exchange is X Shadow is not tradable, so you have to vest it and to get it unlocked, or you can basically lock it up. Now that's a different story for another day, but again, there isn't a way to get that over to Shadow token, and again to have another DEX, strong DEX on the Sonic chain. So as I said, there's two options here. You know that I've been talking about Swapex for a long time for the user friendliness, and obviously they sponsor this entire series, but there is massive potential here for getting, I think, native DEX tokens. Now again, I'm not saying go out, spend all your cash on one DEX token. My approach here is to earn them through yield farming and grow your bags and pretty much hold on to your cash as much as you can. As I said, you could spend $1,000 on buying this Swapex token now. That's it. That money is pretty much not, I wouldn't say dead money, but it's sitting there not earning for you. However, you put $1,000 here into this position here, it's going to be earning you, as we mentioned, 60-70%. And what happens is you could do that for the next 6 months, and at the end of the 6 months, this value here could be still similar enough, just say $1,000 again. However, what's going to also happen is you're going to have these all going to grow. And I think that is the key, and I think a lot of people don't realize the power of that in DeFi and crypto in general. So last but not least, we're going to jump over here to Aerodrome. Aerodrome, I think, had a big run, had a pullback, had another bit of a run, had a pullback, and I still think is positioned well within the whole base chain to do well. So with Aerodrome, it's the exact same kind of approach you would be taking as we would be with Swapex. So you get into positions, you can farm positions. Again, what's going to happen is you're going to be paid out in the Aero token, and you may get some small fees through concentrated liquidity and things like that. But again, majority is going to be through the Aero token, and you pretty much do the same thing. You sell a percentage of your Aero token, you keep a percentage, and you compound it. Simple and straightforward. A lot of the cases, people overcomplicate a simple procedure. And again, if we jump over here to VFAT, as I mentioned before, you can do a lot of this here on their platform. So look, if we just take this one for an example, USDC Aero position, you can get into this, and from this position you're going to be paid out in Aero. And what you can do, you can have it set on VFAT to basically auto sell the rewards into USDC, and from there you can position yourself the way you want it, and again position it perfect for your portfolio. So look, I just wanted to kind of leave it there. You know, it's just kind of showing people the power, I think, and something that I trying to bring across more into everything that I do. Definitely something I will be covering more in the group that I create. Again, look, it's free to join at this moment in time. There's a lot of tools and stuff that I've been building out in this to hopefully bring more value to people. But again, the key thing here is hopefully to stop people making the silly mistakes that I made in crypto in my early days, and to learn to have your money basically in crypto working much harder than just buying and holding tokens. So we want to be constantly working with our money, and in turn, hopefully what happens is it takes away the working that we have to physically do ourselves. So look, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.